Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 6.
The big thing is just water lines freezing, and then whether or not, if you're going to be home, be aware that you do have to keep the heat on, keep the heat turned up, doors open.
It's the time of year when the cold can create a major problem in your home. One apartment complex in Fargo dealt with flooding from pipes bursting.
Now officials are jumping on the calls and trying to help. Valley News Team's Melanie Palmer has our story tonight about what you need to know to keep in mind to make sure those pipes don't freeze.
There was a spike of freezing pipe. When we get record temperatures below zero, when you're talking like 40 below with the wind chill, absolutely.
John Trulichka has worked with Laney's Plumbing for around 19 years. He says this past weekend was pretty busy for them due to frozen pipes.
So the actual piping will in most cases thawed, or...
This is the aftermath of a burst pipe in an area apartment complex causing some flooding on the first floor. But officials are saying it can be preventable.
Find out where those areas of pipes are that can be exposed to cold and prevent them from freezing.
The Fargo fire captain, Dan Sen, says to keep all thermostats above 55 degrees and to keep all exterior doors closed, including garages. But what should you do if suddenly your pipes do freeze or burst?
Find the water supply, and so as homeowners, that's probably the best thing they can do right now as things are warming up, is to know exactly where and how to shut off the water supply.
Sen says you can thaw out pipes by using heating pads or space heaters, or
good copper conducts heat. Awesome.
You can always call a plumber. In Fargo, Melanie Palmer, Valley News Live.
And if you're traveling away from home during the cold weather, it's encouraged to have a neighbor check on your house and even run some water through the faucet. It's also suggested, if you're going to be away for a long period of time, to get your home winterized.
And the cold weather has caused a restaurant to temporarily close. We were contacted through our whistleblower hotline from someone who says they work at Perkins in Moorhead. They say it got as cold as 20 degrees. According to Perkins, last Saturday, the restaurant started to have heat problems in the kitchen, where the heater kept turning on and then off. So they decided to close, and they're hoping to reopen tomorrow.
Warmer temps today were nice, but didn't feel all that toasty. Let's find out from Hutch what we should expect for this Tuesday night. Hutch?
Yes, the toastier weather did come with a few dashes of light snow, but tonight north winds will continue to blow, and we're back in the deep freeze as we go through the next day or so. As we take a look at current temperatures, we're down in the single digits north of Highway 2, holding on to around 10 degrees. At points south, wind chills up north are approaching 20 below, so it's going to be another cold night as colder air works its way in. By midnight tonight, we'll be kissing goodbye to the 0 or above temperatures on our way down to lows in the teens below. Looks like another cold stretch. I'll have details on how long it lasts, and we'll talk about that outlook for the upcoming weekend here in just a few moments.
Okay, thanks, Hutch. And make sure you have the Valley News Live Storm Team weather app so that you can keep up with the weather anytime, anywhere. You'll get the latest forecasts and conditions so that you can plan your day. Just search VNL Weather in the App Store and download it for free.
A Minnesota man may be facing attempted murder and arson charges after a New Year's Day house fire. It happened around 10:30 last night in Northern Township, just north of Bemidji, Minnesota. Deputies and firefighters found flames and heavy smoke when they arrived. All of the people in the home got out safely, but investigators say one of them was acting strangely. 20-year-old Damian Smith of Bemidji was arrested. Multiple felony charges are being considered by Beltrami County prosecutors.
A home in Otter Tail County, Minnesota is a total loss after a fire that's believed to have started in the chimney. It happened yesterday at a home on Rush Lake, which is just south of Perham. The homeowner called 911 to report it. He and a friend got out of the house safely and managed to get a few items out of the attached garage with help from a neighbor. When crews arrived, they could see flames along the roof line of the house near the fireplace chimney. Investigators believe that's where the fire started. There were no injuries.
The big question for North Dakota U.S. Congressman Kevin Cramer is, will he run for U.S. Senate? President Trump is urging Cramer to go after Democratic Senator Heidi Heitkamp's seat. We spoke with Cramer immediately following his meeting with the president at the White House today.
Sir, just wrapped up your meeting. Do you have a decision?
I don't have a decision today, but it was certainly a persuasive case that the president made. Yeah, for sure. And I appreciated the time, and I appreciated the thoughtfulness. And appreciate his knowledge of North Dakota.
It has sounded in recent weeks like you're leaning toward running. Is that the case, and did this get you closer?
So I think it's fair to say that my mindset and my decision making has been trending more that way, and certainly today's meeting would certainly steer more toward a positive answer. But I'm not to the point where I'm settled in my own heart and mind, and that's going to require Chris and me sitting down and both feeling it together and like I say, she has veto power over a yes, but we both have to come to a yes for me to say yes.
Look for more on this story tonight on Valley News Live at 9 on Fargo CW and on Valley News Live at 10.
Former GOP Congresswoman and presidential candidate Michelle Bachmann has said she's considering running for Minnesota U.S. Senator Al Franken's seat. Bachmann is the latest to express interest in a spot in the U.S. Senate. Franken is serving his last day as a U.S. Senator. His resignation comes nearly a month after he announced his plans to leave Congress after sexual misconduct allegations that began in November. This now sets the stage for current Minnesota Lieutenant Governor Tina Smith to be sworn in tomorrow morning. Smith plans to run for the seat in a special election in November.
Just another reminder to take it easy on the roads. It's a cold day to end up in the ditch. Minnesota State Patrol tweeting out this photo this morning. The rollover happened on Highway 10 near Audubon. The driver was not hurt, but serves as a good reminder to always buckle up.
A man from Wimbledon, North Dakota, escaped serious injury after the car he was driving burst into flames on I-94. Authorities say the vehicle started to burn while the driver was exiting off the eastbound lane near exit 290 west of Valley City Friday afternoon. The Valley City Rural District Fire Chief said a gas leak is the preliminary cause of the fire that totally destroyed the vehicle.
Many North Dakota farmers and ranchers were able to squeeze by despite a crippling statewide drought, and they're hoping some early rainfall this spring will provide a little relief. It's pretty clear that 2017 was one of the hardest seasons for farmers and ranchers in decades. Even though the calendar says 2018, the effects of the drought will carry over for the first few months of the new year. Nearly all of North Dakota was in some level of drought last year, with more than 44% of the state designated as an extreme drought in August. The most current drought map shows that 61% of the state still has a drought designation.
The weather of late has not been fit for man nor beast. Later on Valley News Live at 6, meet a dog that survived several days outside.
This is a popular time of year for online dating. Up next, what to watch out for.